The battle between the Regessian detachment and the Protectors of the Past was brutal, leaving many from both sides on the ground. In a desperate bid to halt the violence, the leader of the Regessians held his sword above the dying Bryn and offered a ceasefire. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
His offer, if the Protectors let the remaining Regessians live, the enemy leader would give the party the weather-controlling orb, but more importantly, would let Bryn live. What will they do?
Yep. Having knocked Bryn out of the sky, falling down to the ground at his feet, stepping over top of her with sword raised, looks towards the rest of the group across the weird fuzzy. Is that on my end?
Yeah, where is that? I'm hearing it too.
Yeah, I'm watching for it.
Looks over towards the rest of the group across the campsite, says, hold. What was I going to say? I had this. I remember what it was. Completely blanked on what it was afterwards.
Hold's pretty good.
Hold. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah. Her life for ours. Let us go. You take the orb. Let us live.
So I would pipe up and say something, but I'm a giant gorilla on top of a cliff, and I'm just holding two boulders, just like waiting to see what happens next.
What are you gonna do when we let you go? If we let you go?
There's no time to talk. People are dying. Yes or no?
Yeah, let him go.
Yes.
But
He
leave the orb. Just drop it. Leave it right there.
He sheathes his weapon, and he quickly turns to his men and says, stabilize who you can. Then he reaches into his pouch, taking out this small handheld, about this big, or about full-size hand, basically. And within it, even in this darkened state, you can kind of see this almost like thunderstorm roiling around within it at all times. And he takes it, shows it to you, and then he throws it. Not off the cliff, in your direction.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the meantime, he's quickly turning towards his mount and trying to patch it up the best that he can. His men have turned towards the soldiers, and a couple of them warily and cautiously moving past Myetharia and Winry towards the soldiers by the campfire, trying to stabilize everyone that they can.
I'll slide down the cliff, and then when I land, I'll drop my form and then cast Healing Word on Bryn.
This sort of awkward ceasefire, stalemate almost, as people slide past each other on the cliffside.
And I imagine everyone's like,
Regessian group.
Excuse me, sorry.
Regessian group keeping close eye on all of you as they move back towards the campsite that they were in.
Thank you.
We'll get the orb real quick.
You scoop it up.
Does it seem magical in nature?
It is as described to you.
Okay.
Nope, it doesn't. It's a marvel.
It's just an orb.
It's just a bouncy
It's
ball.
a glass. It's a glass ball.
It was a
Got it
ruse.
Pure one.
That's what I'm like minorly concerned about, but that's just my overthinking.
Larus.
No, that was not a bad. I'm glad you were thinking that. That was a good idea.
Brent, I after feeling the healing from Jack, I sit up as fast as I can, looking around, looking like I'm about to prepare a spell.
I'll yell out, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. With ceasefire.
I'll lay back down.
That's fair. That's fair.
Jack, do you think
Like when you hear your-
it's necessary to check this orb out to make sure it's real?
Sure. I'll find a corner away from the ledge where my back is kind of against a rock or something, so I'm a little protected. I'll start laying out everything to ritual
I
cast.
mean, you no disrespect anyone, but I do not think it wise that we linger in each other's company, despite our current ceasefire.
Oh, we thought you were leaving. Oh, we thought you were gonna leave.
This is our campsite. It will take us a moment to break it down, at least.
Oh,
Orders to leave.
So I'm kind of like setting things up, and I'll say like, how about you guys just go to your camp, let me finish this, and then we'll go that way.
Bev, strike an awkward bargain.
I mean, you're the one who gave us the orb, so I don't know. If you want to go again, we're ready.
I can turn into a gorilla again if we need to.
Round 2.
We want to make sure it's the correct orb that we're looking. We don't believe that you're lying about it.
Doubt me and my word.
Just don't trust
Orb?
you, that's all.
No. Maybe you were lied to as well.
I think you might be lying.
Whatever you say. He moves off. The rest of the group says, break camp. We ride, at least for a bit, to get away from them.
Was he able to get his mount up?
Yep.
Okay. Does it
Only-
seem like there's any other guys that are like on the brink of dying but haven't been tended to yet?
There is one person who was attempted to be tended to and did not succeed. The rest of them are up, though in bad condition for the ones that were down.
The one that was not succeeded, does it seem like he's gone, or
Yes,
well, healing word getting back up? All right.
he's dead.
Fair enough.
It's been more than 15
Point two.
seconds. So
Right.
Can we get their extra horses from them? Can we try to get their
no.
extra horses? No. I thought I'd try.
If you don't
dead
ask, the
people,
answer's
okay.
no.
To be fair, they only have one extra horse to begin with
That's
because
fair.
of
They
the
gotta
one
be
person that
The
died.
one guy, yeah.
We just needed to kill 3 more guys. We were so
we have
close.
to do our job better next time, yeah.
We did, but they brought them back up.
True.
All right, I'm going to sit up and start seeing Jack sitting to do identify. I'm going to start casting Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
At
Well,
4th level.
Wow.
I think we
Go for
all
it.
got pretty jacked up. Yeah.
Except for Rev.
How long?
I'm okay-ish.
Eight.
Not
Does that
bloodied.
take a
I
while
need
to
it.
cast?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay. So while you guys are both effectively incapacitated for the next 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
the Regessians break camp, packing everything away, stowing things onto the horses, and begin to slowly walk their way further away down the trail that they were heading towards to begin with. About the time that both of these 10-minute spells complete, the Regessians are effectively out of sight through the snow drifting, blinding hills that you guys are riding through. You can go ahead and roll hit points.
Is it the orb?
Nice. 24 to everybody.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, nope, 28.
Nice.
Is that just... I don't have to, roll a hit die for that, do I?
No,
Nice, 28.
Dang, that was
I'm only at 1/3 of my health, though, still, guys.
Jack, you complete your Identify cast, and you can tell that this is an Orb of Storms.
the genuine
Interestingly,
article.
Pretty sure that you personally have held one of these in your hand before.
I have. That's true. In the sunken prison. Wait, no.
Yeah. Unless you held one before we
That's
met.
the only other place that we've seen one.
Well, I can't remember if it was in the sunken prison or if Lee had
Yes.
it.
Lee had the wand.
Oh, right. I knew he had something that we
We
needed
found
from him.
we found the wand inside the sunken prison, if I remember correctly. Or
No, the orb was
he had
in
the
the
wand.
prison.
The orb was in
He
the
had the
prison. That's
wand
right.
on
Thank you.
him.
Do we have?
So
Um,
does this?
Does
This
this
one
one
doesn't
need a
have
wand?
an access wand. Nope.
Okay.
It's very similar, though the method of use is slightly differed from the previous model.
And does
different in
Jack?
one important way.
And does Jack know that because since he used identify object? Okay, he knows how to use it.
Correct.
Great.
So
Well, do we walk a little bit, get out of the way, and then short rest for the night? For the rest of the night?
I can do the.
Tabaxi gone?
He wouldn't be gone. We would have just left him back.
Yeah.
I've got
the dome.
I've got one more polymorph, or actually I have two more polymorphs. We could make some distance in whatever direction we want to head.
I
Get away
say
from
we
these
make some
guys.
distance, put the dome up, and sleep.
Because we can't fly over the mountains. Like we were able to fly because we're on the other side of the mountains, right, Justin?
You were kind of flying among the mountains, like weaving along the path, just like following the
Yeah.
paths between.
But what was the reason that we didn't fly to begin with?
The winds
There's-
around Erish are quite strong, and so you
Okay,
needed
but
to make it a little ways away first before you could.
The winds aren't as bad here.
As you are slowly making your way down out of the mountain range, it becomes more and more possible to use flight. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily thinking about making tracks, just getting further away from these Regessians so
Yeah.
they don't double
I
back.
don't want
and
to camp
try
near them.
Yeah, I think flying at least to where we can't fly anymore is a good idea, and then taking a rest. What time of night is it? Midnight?
It's late. You guys pushed on through into the night.
Yeah.
and got all our horses killed because So I'll stash the orb in my bag of holding in my cloak, and I'll say, well, where are we going? Do
We're
we
going to
push on
Castle, aren't
towards
we?
the torch, or do we go back to Erish? Or Arash?
I have some unfinished business in Erish.
Should we maybe check in with Simeon? I know it's late, so maybe we should sleep and then check in. Wait, do I have it?
If you've got this, if you didn't prepare it.
Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong levels.
You have it tonight. I
Got
would
it.
suggest use
Yes,
it tonight.
I do.
Yeah, wake his ass up.
Unless
Hey! You pooping?
Should I send him a message then? Yes.
as long as it wouldn't impede our dome later.
I can do the dome too. We need to.
The dome is a ritual. It can be do a ritual
Right.
too.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Um,
Contacting Simeon, because to be perfectly honest, this task of retrieving the torch, I believe, was not always ours. So,
What do we want
finding out, finding out what to do would be a good idea, I suppose.
So Badger's gone, except one.
I don't think you can say that.
Badger's gone. Orb retrieved. Erish stabilized.
Troops around the castle, Regesians.
I feel like he gave us that information.
Oh yeah, that's
Not-
fair. He did. I feel like he did say something about them being sighted near there. What do we do? Do we continue
Yeah.
the castle or turn with orb?
Yeah, we say that, Justin. That's enough letters.
Got it?
in clip sentences like that.
Were you taking notes?
In
best
25
way.
words.
No, I had 6, so whatever Becca
Badgers.
said had to be 20,
Badgers
19,
gone.
20, 19.
Badger's dead. Except one.
Orb retrieved.
Oh my gosh.
Retrieved,
Poor
Erish
Simeon.
stabilized.
We
Where
should probably start off with a hey. Or
Hey,
Hey.
it's
Yeah.
me.
good evening.
no,
That's 2 words.
no, I'm
Good night.
one.
That counts as one word.
Still only
night.
counts as one. Yeah.
Do we continue to
Come on, man.
castle or return with orb?
Whoa, that's so many words.
Do we continue to castle?
Continue
or
to
with
castle
orb?
or
It's only 9. We're fine.
I
9
don't,
plus
I don't,
6.
I don't know that Justin cares, guys.
I was
Yeah.
Not that worried
He
about
hasn't
teasing.
cared up
Do
to
not
now.
cut more words out.
I was actually just kind of curious.
Whether
People can
Simeon can hear
receive
us being dead.
Yeah, exactly.
He's too busy fighting for his life in Sequin.
Oh no. Oh no.
He responds, and we just hear like machine guns
There's
and
no
pots
official answer. Okay, curious.
flying.
No, I was
He's-
curious if there was an official answer on what happens if you cast sending on someone who's asleep.
Who's asleep?
They
The
wake
answer
up.
is there's
Obviously.
no official answer. You hear back a very groggy voice in your head that says, "Mixed news, I hear."
All right, Yoda.
Errol was in touch. Your job is to take their place. Head to the castle.
All right. We're taking a nap because we got to go to the castle. Oh, I guess I should cast that spell, huh?
Yeah, I'll,
Say, was
I'll
that?
help you.
Was that to him or to us?
Let's see. Was that to
To
me
you
or?
guys. No, to you guys.
Using another spell. Fine, we'll go.
What's it like outside? Is it windy and snowy, clear skies?
It's a bit windy and snowy. It's less than when you were around Arish, but the area is still definitely still wintry up here
Wintry.
amongst the mountains.
Oh, very nice.
Bryn's just sitting with her knees up, all scrunched up.
Oh,
Just
she walked
waiting for
away
us
just
to
as I
go.
said that. I didn't even realize it was a pun.
Waiting for us to go.
Yeah, for
Right.
us to make a decision and go, and looks more cold than everybody else feels.
Oh, I see.
Sorry. Sorry,
What that?
buddy.
It was a
A
balloon.
balloon.
What?
A balloon.
Oh, hi, cat.
That's a big cat.
It's a big cat.
Big cat.
Becca is not a big
No.
person. That is
I
a
was
big
gonna say,
No.
that's a very normal
No,
cat.
it's a
just in
big
Becca's
no.
house.
No, it's a big cat.
Stephanie and I came across a TikTok last night of a cat that when it saw its food being given to it, it meowed straight for like 10 seconds. And
Like it was
the,
like
it was the
screaming.
funniest shit I think I've ever
You
seen.
guys TikTok?
Yeah, apparently.
Rob
Yeah, we
does.
do.
He has a
pretend
business
to.
on there, okay? Give him a break.
How do you TikTok and you didn't get my joke earlier? Shocking. Anyway.
Me? I got your joke.
So moving away a little bit, it sounds like finding a good place to camp, away from where the Regessians were previously.
Well, no, we got to decide if we're going toward the place or away from the place. Like, are we going back to Arish or are we going forward? So, Rev, you guys, I assume Bryn informs everybody of
I already
what
said
she
the
got.
word.
She said it. Yep.
She did. So, well, what do we think?
We have our orders.
So should
Go
we
back
just?
to Aresh
Oh,
after we're
you
done
did, sorry.
here, Rev? If that's possible. Possibility, we'll go back.
Yeah, whatever.
I know you want to find me. We're on your side.
Are we
I don't
setting
know if
camp
I
or
want
what?
to find Ming with all. We ran into all those monsters. So we're going the same way as the soldiers.
Mm-hmm. If you're going on towards the castle, yes. Becca's.
Should we
Yeah, it is Becca.
fly over and get ahead of them? Do we have a map?
Do you want me to bring up the world map for you a second?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. I guess we could do that. So we're just still in the mountains, huh?
So you guys are on kind of the north side of the mountains here. The castle's roughly over here. Castle Korstull.
You said by the S and the by the N.
That's a rough positioning.
Is it all like valley plains?
Yes,
Does anybody
it's
know?
quite flat in Cinder. I
Okay.
think that could be common knowledge for you guys. Cinder is largely, or at least it's known for being a large farm area, actually.
Since we have the map,
if
can
we-
you point again? Sorry, can you point again to where the where we saw on the wipe off board map, chalkboard, whatever it was? Sorry,
Oh, kind of
chalkboard
this
map
area.
where the troops were. Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
should we mention that? We should mention that. Should I send him another Sunday?
Maybe. If you have another one, I don't see a
If
reason
you've
not
got
to
the
use it.
stamina for it, the slots of stamina.
My
Yeah.
gosh, that hurts.
Only if we're going to sleep.
I mean, we're
Okay.
not going to fight anything still tonight, so.
I'll send.
Man.
Oh, how much should we include? Saw a map of a student of Ming that may indicate troops along the Ostalin-Dassen border. From our work, we understand Coggin will align with Sequin.
That was the end of the message?
Yeah.
Okay, you looked like you were still thinking.
Oh yeah, yes. It's a general statement.
I need to find a name a second. We will investigate. I will have Kiernan look into this, though we've heard nothing of troop movements on Dassen's border. Thank you for the warning.
Done.
Done. So, to get back to it, you guys are heading then, continuing north, or what's the plan for tonight?
I've got 2 more polymorphs. I mean, I could fly for 2 hours. If we
Brian,
want
it's a tough one. This is a tough one to figure out. Because I
If
feel
we
like
sleep, then we'll wake up before them, and then we can fly and still get ahead of
Because
them.
we only need 8 hours.
I'm just
So do
nervous. I'm just nervous about like in the daytime though, traveling and flying, we have the chance of being caught, or at least being seen. We would rather. Would we rather get there ahead of the enemy troops? It just feels like.
Because
That's-
they can warn that we have it, and
Well,
we'll probably
And
come.
then set
We're
up
gonna-
sentries and all kinds of. We'll have to sneak
We're gonna-
past their positions.
we're going to get there before them anyway because we're going to be flying. They're riding and have to still get through the mountains. So whatever we
They-
do, we're going to pass them.
You might
But
be
if-
right. You might be right. I don't know. I'd have to. I feel like if they wake up and ride fast, they'll make it to the army before we can fly past them. But let's try it.
How far
I
away
think-
the castle is still.
I think if we set up camp right now, right where we are, or at least just a little ways away from where we are, maybe off the path, and maybe try and like clean up the snow so that we can so that we don't alert them to where we are. We can just like sleep. That might be the best idea. Just give ourselves.
I think we just sleep now and just go.
I
I mean, either way,
start-
we're gonna have the same amount of time.
Yeah, I just start casting the dome ritually.
Okay.
a little ways off the path, and we'll do a little bit of cleanup so that we can maybe hide where we're at.
Okay, sure.
Ooh, hey,
Brush it with
based
my
off
tail.
of how
Spell for
many
this.
Yeah, brush. There we go.
Stop
Use the
with
With
tail.
your
for it.
tail, Jack?
What's that?
I was gonna brush it with my tail. And then you said, ooh, I have a spell.
I
It's
am
easy.
going to go. So there's, I imagine that we're kind of setting up the dome in the middle of where we just were.
Off the
So
path a
I
little
want to
bit.
go to either end of the path and spend 10 minutes on each end. And I'm going to cast Alarm
Ooh.
on each end. No larger than a 20-foot cube till the spell ends. An alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm, and you can choose whether the alarm is mental or audible. So I'll set them both up to mentally alarm me if anyone crosses.
Okay.
I was hoping
You do.
I was hoping you were just gonna do audible, and it was just your voice going alarm, alarm, alarm.
Hey! Oh no!
Hey, somebody's coming.
I actually kind of like that.
You do your best
Reminds
to
me
cover
much of
the entrances towards where the hut is located to the best of your ability. Covering the tracks to the best of your ability as a group. You set up the hut. We've used up enough time on this. You sleep through the night. And a little bit after first light in the morning, everyone is feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, having had a long rest. And because I said this after the session, leveling up to level 11, the group, you guys, are all ready to move in the morning, ready to go, ready to take your next actions.
Based
I'm
off
gonna-
of how far we heard it was going to be and how far we had come, do I have an estimated idea of how many more days how much longer it would take for us to get to the castle from where we are?
Oh, to get to the castle, a while. It's like 150 miles to the outside of the firestorm, give or take. You're probably looking at being another maybe half day to get outside of the mountain range to begin with, and then you probably have another half week or so of traveling
Oh shit!
to get to the castle.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering because
Actually,
I
probably
remember
longer
because
because you don't have horses anymore. So
Yeah, we can only
We
fly
have
for a
the-
couple hours a day.
Yeah, we have the birds and we'll use that as much as we can.
yeah, but even so, it's probably looking more like 7 or 8 days instead of 5 days on horseback.
And they've got
Oh,
horses.
yeah.
I've got 4 hours a day where I can be a burb.
4 hours of 12 to 14, 16 hours of travel. It helps,
Yep, every little bit helps.
but it isn't perfect. It doesn't get everything done that you needed it to.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's just mount up and beeline it off the mountain. Use all my spell slots to get out of here and try to get ahead of the Regessians ahead of us.
Okay. Spend the next couple of hours then between Tabaxi and Jack's flight, heading out of the mountains. It is faster to fly out than it is to walk out, of course, which is very beneficial for you guys to get ahead. And after the first hour and a half or so, you look down, you're able to see, actually, just randomly, in the distance, the Regessian party is slowly making their way through the mountain pass heading out.
Come
As
on,
you
It
make
would be
it to
really
the-
weird if we like pass them and then they like pass us when we're walking, and then like we pass them again while we're flying, and then
Hey,
yeah.
Another half hour of flight down the road from there. You make it out of the mountain range, and camping just outside of the mountain range, you can see what appears to be a rather large force.
Oh yeah.
It looks like this is probably the army that they were working their way back towards. Looks to be a couple thousand men strong, as a rough estimate from above. It is a fairly substantial group of soldiers that they were working their way towards. They haven't made it back to there yet, but you do imagine that that is probably where they were headed, and who may or may not be following in your footsteps from here on.
Do we
Yeah,
see
so
Shahalesti
a big
colors?
army like that is going to take longer to move then.
Yeah, it'll be slower.
Correct.
That's
They
true.
will not all be mounted by any stretch of the imagination. You do not see any Shahalesti colors from above. No, not in this little area, at least.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Vigilant Blessing on Winry.
Okay. Well, fortunately for you, being effectively two hawks, it is not that difficult for you guys to evade notice. You're able to fly at a pretty good distance away, look quite small. Nobody really pays that much attention to two birds flying up into the sky. And as long as you don't purposefully antagonize them or anything like this, you can avoid them and begin your efforts towards Castle Korstull.
One quick thing before we continue on. I will say I'm going to fly with Bryn for a short time. And I'm going to try and strike up a conversation with her. I will keep it brief. But just saying, I've been wondering for a bit if you could teach me some basics about magic. I've learned a few things from a tutor I had back in Shahalesti, but I was wondering if you could teach me a few more tricks and such, just showing me how magic operates.
Oh, well, I mean, I only know like really a lot of healing magic and things like that. Yeah, I can do some other things, but I would think that you would want to ask Jack. He knows so much more and has studied and gone to school and things like
But
that.
I was actually looking into some healing magic, so which is why I wanted to ask you because it
Oh.
seemed you. I mean, I could go ask Jack. That's fair, but I mean, he's
Oh,
he's a hawk right now, so which is why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, we could. It could definitely be something at night. I can just show you some different things and get the basics down, and hopefully I don't get too crazy. I like to teach and
Oh no, I'd love to learn. I'm very open-minded to learning. So anything you want.
that sounds fun. It sounds like a good distraction.
Yes. We'll need one on this trip.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course. Yes.
I thought you were going to say it'll be a good challenge. Like you're a dum dum. This will be fun.
No.
Hey,
No.
Hey.
There you go.
No, it's a lot of commas and
It's not a
Semicolon.
It's a period.
oh.
The rest of the trip largely can pass as eventfully or uneventfully as you would like. There are no
we
foes
roll
that you have to pick out between here and Castle, the firestorm. And as there will be a handful, 7 or 8 days passing, we will actually get a chance here, after a long time, to roll for feats for the first time in a while.
My
Yay.
goodness.
Italy. Oh, I'm so
Yay.
excited.
Oh, so then jumping back to that conversation, I'll say, only if you continue to help me practice with my shield.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Better using that. Probably would have been helpful with that
Practice.
last fight.
Well, I mean, your hands full. Yes, we could practice every night.
Bryn, what did you end up deciding?
The shield mass. Just the one part of the shield master, I thought.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I think. I'll try and search it.
I know you'd pinned a message after this feat, so let me head back there.
Oh, I
Oh,
just
did we?
rolled so great, guys. Just so great.
It's not. Look at the verse in the Bible that I have on my phone.
Oh, is it semicolon?
What are you guys looking up?
Nothing.
I'm.
All right.
Oh.
I haven't decided which 20 I'm gonna use. What do I have, Justin? Wow.
Intelligence, I think it was for you.
Sounds right.
Justin, do I know? Can I know which feat I'm closer to? The one with
The
Rev or my solo one?
Your coordination one is definitely closer to being done.
Okay.
I will let. My thing here still says Rayland. That's how long it's been since we've rolled for feats.
Boy.
I will let Rev decide what he would like to do first, I guess, in that regard, though.
I'm just trying to decide if I want to split it up because I do want to put some work into the whittling.
To make a roll and do half and half.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do half and half, but I rolled a 5, so it's like
I rolled a 7.
I think mine's a dex. Oh, no, I'm nervous.
so. Yeah, let's do half whittling. So three to whittling and 2 to.
Okay, that's with
coordination.
modifier. Your 5 was after your modifier?
No, it was before modifier. What's my modifier again?
Dex. Mm-hmm. So I think it's 3, but it might be 4 now, actually. If you took the ASIs.
It's 4.
So I can add 2 to each of these then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm gonna put all 12 of mine into the one with Rev.
My dex is still 0, so.
Do you want to do a quick duel?
We all rolled bad.
Sure. I don't know if that's gonna help, but as I said, I'm rolling digitally tonight, so.
Your dex
I've
is
been
0,
rolling
Steph, Bryn?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had my
very well just
previous
beat me.
thing as 13
Alright.
before modifier. Because you didn't know what you were rolling for at the time.
Yeah.
Is it
It's 0.
we just roll
Attacks.
attacks? Alright,
Go for it. So Bryn, you rolled a 5 on yours? Is that what I heard?
I rolled another 6. I've rolled so far tonight. I've rolled a 5, 6, 7, and another 6 on D&D Beyond's digital dice. So
I
that's
rolled
16.
I rolled very well.
I saw that. Yeah.
25. So
Someone's doorbell going off?
Oh.
Oh, is it the
Oh,
clock?
it's just a clock. Yeah, it's
Oh.
a clock. I'll have to remember to mute that in an hour.
No worries. Rev, you have a solid advantage after the first portion of the duel.
Oh, what? We're gonna do another attack?
I don't know. That's up to you guys. How long you want to duel for?
You want to go another round? Do
Sure,
best
sure,
out of 3.
Yeah. I would love another chance.
I rolled a 10, Justin.
Perfect.
I rolled another 7, so 17. Hey, I rolled better than you did, though.
Yeah, 17. Success.
I swear I rolled
Rev,
better
you
with
rolled
my
your
own
crossbow.
dice.
Oh, oops. Well, wait. What?
You're duel. You
He's
just
shooting her.
Wait a sec.
Not cool, bro.
No, you're fine. It's just one higher because it's a +1 crossbow.
Yeah,
So
weird.
it'd be a 13 instead.
Okay, yeah. So 13. So that's we're 1 and 1 right now.
So 1 and 1. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Last roll.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Come on.
Not great for me.
13.
You rolled 13.
Oh!
Oh! Yep.
I rolled a 14.
It's hard for you guys to find footing up here. You know, it's
Yeah.
slippery everywhere.
Go with that.
I should say, even after you've gotten out of the mountain range, it's still snowy around, which is starting to get strange because it is definitely getting to be early April, roughly early Sagaway, by this point in time. It's strange that winter's hanging on so long.
Yeah, it's very cold. And Rev doesn't like the cold, so doesn't like the. He's like he has a heavy jacket on, so like he feels good at first, but then he starts to get worn out. And then it's like kind of a grueling. It's like a grueling fight for the last little bit there, but Rev manages to finally like maybe they're both on the ground even, and it's like one of those situations where like she falls down and then sweeps Rev's leg, and then Rev's like falls down and she thinks she has him, but like it turns out that he has like his thing pointed at her, and so it turns out that he wins, something like that, right? Like they're both on
Very
the
nice.
ground and like
Yeah.
breathing very hard. And
I would say Jack and I
Yeah.
are watching to like learn because I know that you were doing a sword thing too, and I'll lean over and I'll say, "Should we be learning from that?"
I'm not actually. You're maybe I'm standing there next to you and you say that, but I'm doing something else and I don't hear you. I actually haven't thought about how I'm working on this.
probably nothing to
I think I'm meditating. That feels right.
I would say that I would still talk to you even if you're meditating. Just sort of like talking to myself / talking to Jack.
not our best teachable moment.
Oh. No, I think it's
Like
from
breathing.
I think it's from sitting on the eagles all day, honestly. This is your backup.
Yeah, that's definitely
You're
what it is.
complaining about that.
My back is killing me.
By the way, this makes a global 2 and 2 right now.
Oh.
So
I wasn't
we're
sure
tied.
where
We're tied up.
Very nice.
I like that you're keeping track of that.
I want to keep track.
I
Let's see what
love
happens.
I love it.
That is cool. Justin, I totally completed my feat, right?
Nope.
Me
but,
too, right? I'm super close at 18.
But Rev and Myetharia, their cooperation, their coordination, their working together has actually allowed you guys to finish what you were working on.
Nice.
So
Despite
I know that
hurts.
we
And
talked about this
what
for a
was
little
that?
while. So yeah, feel free to discuss how this is going to come into effect.
Myetharia? What was it again?
Let me hang on. Hang on. It's in the
happened?
Discord chat. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Okay,
blame it on
it's
Justin. It takes so long
complicated,
to work on
okay?
stuff.
We made it ourselves, so it's complicated. Where is it?
Why'd you have to go and make things so
Is it
complicated?
archived?
It was a side chat. It was not a
Oh,
part
that's
of our
right.
channel.
So I believe what it is when we work together. I'm stalling to find it. When we work together.
So it is. I'll just come out and
Thank
say
you.
it. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Thank you.
When when either of them attacks a target that the other person attacked on their previous turn, they get a benefit to hit that target. It basically they work well in tandem so that they can play off each other's aggression and attacks.
Like a 1-2
Kind of
punch.
like a pack tactic, but a little. But you don't have to be by each other.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Go up there.
We agreed that it was only like a +1, or was it something else? I'm pretty sure that's all it was.
I think it's a +1 to all your attack rolls.
Yeah.
If you attack someone that your partner has
That
attacked since
somebody
last
else's.
turn.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Gotta remember it.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start keeping track of that a little bit. Or actually, you know what? No, I'm not even going to. You guys are gonna keep track of that for me because there's no way I am going to remember every single person that you guys attacked in the last round.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be like exploiting that as much as we possibly can.
Well, it's nice because you guys are more martial, so it's not like you're doing AoE attacks or anything.
Mhm.
It makes it a little bit easier for you guys to work off of each other. And I will say, I have it at a +1 right now. We'll see how it feels. If it feels underpowered, we can bump it to a +2 potentially. We'll see. But just want to throw that out there, that it is still under advisement because this is entirely new and separate from anything that we've done before. Winry, while you were gone dealing with a very grumpy baby upstairs, you can feel free to roll for your feat learning if you would like to.
Okay.
We all rolled like shit, so do well.
Well, mine was investigation, so that
Intelligence, I believe.
it's -1, so
On the bed
And?
next to my cousin.
Oh, that's
I've
a
been
10.
rolling for it for a while now.
Well, good news is you do get to also finish your skill proficiency.
Yay!
And so Winry has now, through training and searching for things and around the campsite playing I Spy with people, has been able to pick up proficiency in the investigation skill.
Whoa.
Exciting.
So do you have perception and investigation now? Perception is...
Yep.
No, perception is... Okay.
She's a looky kitty.
Oh, look.
Got that eyesight. That's what kitties are famous for, after
A
all.
looker.
Oh.
Ooh.
That took a turn. I will
So
have to
don't
put that in for you to give you investigation
Mhm.
at some point. But yeah. If you guys want me to make up a coordination feat to remind you guys, I can probably create one. Up to you. Or you can deal with it yourselves. Whichever you would like, Myetharia and Rev. You just let me know after this. I'm not doing it this
okay.
second, so tell me after this session if you want it. Regardless, the next 7 or 8 days, like I said, pass pretty uneventfully. It's largely flying. It's largely cold farmland that you're passing over. It's like flying over Nebraska for all of our U.S.-based listeners, all the 5 people that listen to this.
Cinder's a flyover state.
Easy going. So with it being still colder than usual, is it still like mostly actively snowing, cloudy?
It's mostly cloudy. It's more like there's snow on the ground and there's like flurries occasionally, but uncommon. And it's just cold enough that, yeah, sure. It's cold enough that the snow sticks and just stays there, as opposed to ever feeling like the weather has broken. It isn't like dumping snow, like feet upon feet of snow piling up or anything like this.
Justin, because we were talking about it earlier as in probably like a month ago, and I know you're keeping track of it, what day of the month is it?
It is now by the time that you get there, I should say, it will be the 12th of Sagaway.
Okay, cool.
In case you are, keeping track for your mental notes here and all.
Your journal.
Well, I don't need to keep track anymore, but...
Oh, cheese and crackers.
Your new phone's like louder. How is it louder?
It's not broken to crap.
I want to try something. When we're flying, I want to summon Parallax, and then I'll turn into my bird form, and then I want to hold Parallax in like one of my claws while we fly.
Okay.
Because he's mentioned a couple times about being about the wind being his, and I imagine he's been kind of stuffed up in a closet for a while before I had him, so I don't know. You might like it.
You're doing him a solid.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Anyone else getting the image of a dog hanging its head out a car window?
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Me,
sword
me.
has a tongue that's wagging in the air as it's happily smiling.
He needs to get some, he needs
Oh,
to feel like
thanks,
he's
I
running
hate it.
fast.
So I'll do it. I'll do
It's a
it
mimic
once.
sword.
Like, I'll do it once for
Oh.
like one, leg of polymorph, and then when I land to turn into like do polymorph again, I'll be like, was that cool? Like, I thought you would enjoy maybe the breeze because the wind is yours and everything.
You kind of get this this flat tone in your voice, or in its voice, as it's cute. Very cute.
Okay.
I tried.
I dismiss him, and then when I dismiss him, I'm like, oh, just...
You cut off him for that, but I understand what you're saying. As you start to get closer to your destination, you start to kind of get this vague sense of unease that hangs in the air as you can kind of... The whole landscape is kind of quiet. There's sparsely wooded areas periodically, but largely it's prairies with farms, this sort of thing. It just starts to feel almost oppressively quiet, as though something's waiting to happen. And at night, after the first handful of days, you start to see red on the horizon as you go to sleep. The kind of northwestern horizon, kind of dark red. And then when you wake up and you start to fly and travel the next day, you could still kind of see this redness on the horizon, even through the day. The rest of the sky, gray, blue patches here and there. But along that northwestern ridge, the undersides of the clouds are all kind of this dark red color. Keep pressing forward the next day. The air starts to smell a little bit. You start catching these whiffs of like sulfur and of ash through the air. And you realize, yes, Becca, it's not someone in front of you on the bird that has farted, because I see you laughing over there. But it is, in fact, the distant smell of almost like brimstone, of sulfur in the air. And eventually, after another day or two, nearing the end of your journey, the plant life around you basically dead at this point. There's a few farm animals that kind of survive on sparse grazing here or there as much as they can. And as you come across the rise of a hill, you come across onto grounds that have been seared with fire. Firestorm isn't out this far, at least not normally, but it seems like it's slightly irregular. And every now and then, almost like a solar flare, it flashes outwards a little ways and dumps fire and brimstone a little further out than it normally would. You're close enough now that you can almost see it. Or you can see it, I should say. You can almost make it out. It almost looks like not just like a swirl of red clouds, but it almost looks like it's raining as well in there. And looking at the ground around you, something in the back of your mind doubts that it's normal rain.
Go somewhere where it's
chocolate rain.
Sunny. Yeah. Where there's no clouds. I feel like I haven't seen the stars in months.
Been a long time. Basically since Sequin, since the weather was clear.
Spring will come eventually.
Can
Always does.
you take the Cassie up above the clouds sometime?
I know that Tabaxi can go that high.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm. Wonder if
Still is.
Bryn could.
Oh,
How high can Bryn fly? Yeah, that's a great question.
it's only a minute, so
Oh, forget
not very
that.
high.
You can get up there in time, but you're not going to get back down in time.
I could maybe do like 4 minutes if I constantly cast it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You fall a little bit and then you recast it, and then you.
She gains like 20 feet
Terrifying.
each time. It takes her a couple hours.
The Breath of the Wild method of flying. Drop for
Glider.
a while, bring out the glider.
Oh, yeah.
Drop for a
Yeah.
while, bring out the glider.
Falling with style.
If Bryn happens to seem kind of melancholy at that, do you say something along those lines?
Yeah.
I'll walk up to you and I'll kind of like do one of these. What was
it wasn't
that?
you. I hurt myself.
Oh, jeez. Like, I didn't even do anything to you. And I'll encouragingly say, like, it looks rough now, but things will clear up. I'm going to cast my one calm emotions of the day on you to try to make you feel a little bit more at ease with the situation.
Aw. Do I know if that calm emotions is cast on me?
I don't know.
Or like control emotions. Wow.
Don't worry.
You can,
Yes.
because if you don't want it to happen, you can roll a saving throw. So you would know that I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But
I'll just let it happen.
Wow, you trust Jack that much.
Why wouldn't I?
yeah, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you, Myetharia?
Yeah, I agree. That's more telling about you than it is
Just
about Bryn.
casting a random spell on you. I don't know.
While you're dealing out spells, I'm gonna do some whittling. You mind touching me up with some of that?
I was gonna say I don't even hear the rest of it. I just like finish my moment with Bryn. I just kind of like reach back and do like a cast the spell towards you and give you cat's grace. Like yes,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
fine. There.
My friend that
thanks.
uses
Feels good.
Where's my thing?
Well, continuing closer, you kind of get to where the edge of this it's called firestorm, is brewing in the air, is roiling in the air,
Bubbling.
bubblings. You haven't seen much sign of an army nearby, but if you'd watched carefully on the way in, you might have been able to check and see what looks like at least signs that there's been movement in the area, like walking and patrolling around the outside of the storm. It looks like there really isn't significant inroads going inwards. Every now and then you might catch like a few footprints here or there, but nothing that continues further on. As it looks like people might have considered or tried to figure it out a little bit or try to risk it a little bit, but no one was able
Somebody's
to
definitely
really
tried to
make
pee into it
inroads.
For sure. They're an army. They've definitely tried it.
It'd be a risky pee, considering from this distance you'd start to see in the
Literally
distance a little bit as you're kind of looking into the storm that there's like this rain that's coming down, but it's not rain per se. It's almost like magma falling from the sky, and so when it lands on the ground, it like sizzles and burns.
I'm
Do
gonna
we
ask
see
my
that
question
shark again ever?
Did you what?
Ooh.
Do we see that shark in the sky again?
You do not see the shark in the sky the entire journey.
Do we know how fresh the tracks are? We don't see any sign of the armies anywhere,
Not
right?
currently, nope.
Okay, and the tracks seem like old enough that
They're not like a ton of tracks either. It's almost like scouting groups, things like this. It's not like the entire army is marching around the firestorm in a circle over and over again.
Okay.
But just feel like there's
Like walls fall
feelers
down.
being sent out periodically to keep watch.
well, I don't see any reason to stick around. Why don't we use that orb thing and get in there?
Justin, did you say we'd seen some patrols? Or no? Just the footprints. Like
Just the
patrols.
footprints, really.
Just footprints.
Yeah, I think I said that you didn't see any signs of the army
I
directly.
didn't see any. Okay.
How far away from us does this rain start?
Nearby.
Okay.
I mean,
Can
that's up to
we-
you, I guess.
Okay. So, we know that this orb can only last for so long to withstand the storm, as that's what we understood, correct?
Yep, a few days.
Do we know, like, can we see the castle in there, or is the storm so big there we have no idea where the castle is?
The storm is quite big. You know where the castle is because it's a big prominent location,
moving.
but you can't see it from here.
Mm.
The firestorm itself is almost 30 miles in radius. Like, it's a huge area.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
oh, that's really tricky. Oh. I don't
Do you
have any
wanna
stand heat
step out, or
potions
do you
now.
I recently learned something. That might help us find the quickest, most direct path to get to the castle. It's not necessarily the safest, it's just the most direct. Which I would assume that we would want because we are limited on time.
Most direct could be the safest.
True. We don't want to be dancing about in fiery magma.
I
Mhm.
don't see why not. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Um,
Find the path.
Yep. Thank you, 6th level. And it lasts for one whole day.
Nice.
Very nice. So, I need to actually look up that spell a little bit. It
While you're
tells you the
looking-
direction to what you want to find or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Spells.
It's like a little GPS, a little blue line on the ground that you follow.
So,
Oh, yeah.
shortest,
you
most
name
direct
it. Yep. Okay.
To a location or to a thing?
to if you name a destination on not another plane. As long as we're on the same plane, you know how far it is and in what direction it lies.
Okay. A place though.
A fixed
Yeah,
location.
so I'd say the castle.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Well,
Bryn,
prepare.
yeah, like a perfect GPS for you guys to know exactly which way you need to go to make it to the castle. Jack, I'm assuming activating the orb at this point.
Yeah, I'll pull it out and I'll kind of like hold it in one hand and then the other hand on top and kind of focus. And I want to, the best of my ability, like not clear it all the way, but like open, like parting the Red Sea, just like a path through the fire.
Well, once you kind of reach out, interact with the orb, arcanely,
Magically?
Organically sounds right.
kind of reach out, connect with it, it activates effectively. You don't have that much control over it. It just does what it does. And what it does is creates a bubble effectively around you that forces the weather away, creating a clear spot. As you keep moving, as you move forward, I'm assuming, you guys start to head forward into the firestorm, making your way through. You notice that it leaves kind of this trail behind you of clear-ish weather, as the clouds don't like instantaneously reseal in behind you. The firestorm continues to move, however, so it doesn't always stay perfect, and especially as it kind of rotates around and kind of gets mixed up a little bit, it doesn't remain a perfect path, but it does kind of, you can see some meandering cuts through the clouds as you work your way inwards.
And is it still like raining down on us? Like almost we have like a shield
Like a
over us?
movable.
No, it's like the clouds themselves like parted effectively.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that
Ooh.
it's just clear where you are.
How big is it?
Yes, I was just about to ask.
The clearing.
That's scary.
Let me look, actually, because I think...
I was
that
wondering
it
how
says
close we
something.
had to stick next to Jack.
Oh, it's not that tiny. It's a pretty reasonably sized area.
It's like if it's like moving the clouds. That's almost too big in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want them to know
That's a good point. Yeah,
that we're.
Well,
yeah,
you don't get
I don't
much-
have any control.
You don't get much choice in
Yeah.
this. It does
fair.
drive back the storm for like a mile or so around. So it's a big area.
Whoa. Okay.
This was actually, just by the way, this was told to you before by Pilus. So
Okay.
just kind of glazed over this at that point in time.
Shit.
Did say that there was an unfortunate drawback, which is that the storm may not simply close in behind them as you travel. So there's a chance that other people might take advantage of the opening that you create as well. So it was mentioned, just so you know, but I am bringing it up a second time.
I'm gonna be watching behind us
Sure.
as we go to make sure that we see anybody who comes in behind us if that happens.
Well, as you keep going through, continuing your journey through this storm, you pass an area where the ground kind of sizzles almost from heat, noxious fumes wafting into the air. The fire rain here has created some pockets of magma that burned these lava pits almost into the ground. A fragile shell of stone is all that hides effectively a molten death. So if you could, whoever's leading here, you can go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I'm
I'm in the back.
or a survival.
Watching.
Survival's fine too.
Okay, let me see.
yeah. I think, and Bryn's leading because she did the path thing, right?
That's true. She would be
Yeah.
leading. That is correct.
No, because it just does the most direct. Survival. Oh, we're doing perception, team. The dubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. 23.
Nice. So before anyone's able to step in any of the fragile shell here, the broken bits of stone, Bryn's able to identify them, lead you guys around them, and Winry, being kind of the inquisitive one of the bunch, of course, kind of reaches out with your tail, kind of pokes it a little bit after Bryn says something. You can watch as like the shell, like the rock, like collapses as soon as any pressure's put on it, almost like it was like ash basically that was coating as opposed to the rock itself anymore. And as soon as it collapses inwards, there's just a pit of lava underneath it that it could have fallen into instead.
Cool.
After seeing kind of the first of these such pits, it is fairly simple for you guys to avoid these similar looking areas, make it a little bit less dangerous for you guys to stumble into another one. After a little bit more distance, you spot kind of a bright red glow far in the distance. As you get closer, you realize that what you're seeing isn't really a dot, but instead it's a towering pillar of flame, hundreds of feet across, rising seemingly miles into the heavens. As you continue to edge closer, you realize this is the center of the Firestone storm. Bryn's Find the Path points directly towards it as you continue onwards.
Jeez.
The ground continues to grow craggier as you approach this natural stone outcropping. I'm going to share this image because I thought it was really cool from the adventure guide of what this like fire rain area looks like. This image is taken or is in reference to what would have happened or what happened to the army that was caught here initially when the firestorm happened. But I thought it was pretty cool not to show because it was pretty crazy looking.
Is that literally a skull of like a just like
yeah, it's like the
burned off.
skin is like peeling off from him, kind of
Oh,
like Ark of the
shit.
Covenant style. It looks
That's
like.
disgusting.
Cannot share that with our audience. Sorry.
That rocks.
The ground grows craggier as you reach kind of a natural stone outcropping where you know Castle Korstull is located. The stone mound rises nearly 2,000 feet upwards. It's like on a huge pedestal almost of rock. But low in its slopes begins the canyon that leads up to the castle. Originally, there was a natural crack in the mountain, but it was expanded by those who defended here, and it's been turned into a highly defensible entrance instead over the many years that it's been used. Nearly a mile long, the walls of the canyon are hundreds of feet deep, with bunkers built high above the route potential attackers would take. As you work your way up into this area, feeling watched, feeling looked at all times, kind of looking around as these bunkers on all sides kind of are up and about in this canyon, you start to hear some noises from these lookout towers. At first, defensive reactions immediately, rushing for cover, looking for ranged attacks to be flying down upon you. But upon closer inspection, even from a distance, they don't appear to be intelligent creatures up above. In fact, kind of really listening and studying, even from a great distance, you hear what sounds like these moans and this like shuffling sounds from above, almost as though it's inhabited by zombies or similar creatures rather than intelligent defenders anymore. There's kind of this constant echoing murmur of the moaning dead, the sound of bones scraping on stone coming from these arrow slits high above you. Similar bunkers built directly into the mountain defend the face of the mountain in concentric rings, and the natural craggy terrain once made it suicidal to attempt to avoid the canyon and try to approach the castle from above. As you start to near the center, continuing on through this terrible canyon, you start to see the scattered remains of fallen soldiers stretching out ahead of them towards a bend in the canyon. There's little left to salvage beyond various mundane armors and weapons, most of which have deteriorated greatly. But if you could, everybody, go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Oh,
Okay.
4.
23 again.
23.
Wow.
Ooh.
7.
19.
Was it 19?
Yeah, I know.
Very nice, Rev.
Jeez.
The three of you, actually, Rev, Bryn, Jack, all of you realize, looking at these corpses, these creatures, some of the marks and the breaks on the skeleton seem to indicate that they were struck after the flesh was burned away. Some of the impacts are directly on bone as opposed to muted through flesh, when all that remained was skeleton and armor. Furthermore, most of the bodies appear to have weapons in hand, as if they were struck down in the midst of combat. Lastly, I would like for... Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna summon Parallax and just have him in my hand. So orb in one hand, Parallax in the other.
Sure. Lastly, I'd like for...
Does someone have Vigilant Blessing?
Winry.
Winry, I think.
Okay. Sorry, Justin, go ahead.
Lastly, I'd like for everyone to make a survival check for me, please.
Oh,
11.
Oh no. 7.
11.
18.
11.
I missed some of those. 17, did someone say?
18.
18.
7.
Oh, I probably heard those two mixed together. Jack, looking around, kind of after studying these skeletons, you look around a little bit more. There's wagon tracks on the ground. Fresh. Very fresh. It looks like 3 wagons, if you had to guess.
Friends, it seems like someone's been moving through here.
But how?
How indeed.
I mean, I suppose though there was other magic out there that would break the barriers of that would ward people from the storm, but I don't know why they went after the orb when they already had something they're using to get in.
Maybe it's someone extra like Ming.
That's even more concerning.
Also, are you
Someone
guys
can get
hearing
in.
like sounds? Because I feel like I'm hearing zombie sounds.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ignore those.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I
I
say
didn't-
we could
I guess I
hide,
didn't really
but
want
I
to be the
think we're
first to say it,
pretty
but-
obvious.
See, the thing is, the concern here is if someone's been here before, then why haven't they taken the torch? If it is after all here, to believe.
Maybe they want it here.
Maybe they're protecting it.
And they're just bringing in
I can
supplies so
use-
they can protect it.
Well, only one way to find out.
That's
Pressing
what I
on.
think.
Finally,
Can
the
we go
canyon.
a little stealthily? I don't
Sure, you
know.
can try to.
Sure, you guys
Should-
can.
I was just I was
Out
gonna say,
within the mile. They know someone is coming, but they don't know where they are.
Sure,
Like,
we'll
Everyone,
see
we
what
just-
happens.
We just spread out. We all just start randomly serpentining.
Well, finally, you're heading through like a canyon too. Like there isn't a
Yeah.
ton of opportunities here for subterfuge. Finally, the canyon cuts a sharp turn, and ahead of you lies the canyon's end, 100 feet away. Beyond a huge swath of skeletons, charred siege equipment, and shattered stones, a colossal
Colossal. He's real
stone.
big.
yes.
Colossal stone carving of a bear skull stretches out of the canyon wall, and the road into the castle passes into its toothy gullet. A wide open killing field faces the castle's face. That's weird. With countless arrow slits and siege bunkers looking down from all sides. The wall of the canyon rises 300 feet, and the last 200 feet licked with flames, growing ever brighter the higher they rise, until finally they coalesce into the roaring pillar that is the heart of the firestorm, which bathes the whole area in an intense red light. Black bolts of lightning crackle along the pillar's surface. I can't read tonight, I'm sorry. Pillar's surface, but the thunder is eerily muted, as though it is traveling an impossibly great distance.
I don't like this.
Then 100 feet up, at the very bottom of the pillar's flames, the fires part for a moment, and you spot what appears to be a window in the solid rock face that is the castle's front. Framed with ornate carvings too small to see from this distance, the window is dark, but you feel a weight pressing down, like someone's watching you. Then the flames intensify again and the window is gone. A black bolt of lightning descends from the heavens and strikes the floor of the canyon barely 30 feet away, beside an overturned steel cage that lies atop a vast pile of charred skeletons that must once have belonged to hundreds of men, horses, and stranger monsters, all long dead. You consider the spot the lightning struck, but then movement catches your attention beyond it. Amazingly, you see what appears to be a half-dozen gnomes and halflings standing beside a strange trio of wagons that are parked in front of the massive stone bear skull 60 feet away. They've turned to look back at the sound of the lightning bolt and seemed shocked to see you. The spot where the lightning struck shifts, and bones move with a chorus of evil, deathly laughter. The skeletons of nearly a dozen men rise, grabbing up weapons from around them, their eyes streaming tears of flame. And if you can, everybody, we're going to go ahead and just roll some good old-fashioned initiative.
Jeez, this place is scary.
Okay. I
Wait, so
refreshed
the-
D&D Beyond, so let's see what happens.
Whoa,
There
there's
is-
the bear skull.
Yeah, right? Isn't that cool?
You can see
You,
extra
I'm
people.
pretty sure, Rob, have actually
Ooh.
seen an image of this because you used it for a, or or you use the page for thumbnails.
Oh, okay.
Do I still have Vigilant Blessing?
Yes.
Vigilant.
So
Diligent.
that's
Villager's
advantage.
Villager's blessing.
Oh, that's
Advantage.
good. Good.
Let me see. I can find it.
Okay.
Hold on.
I
I
love
really
these
want to
guys.
find this image.
I hope these guys are
Mhm.
pals. They look really cool.
I thought they were
Yeah,
friendly at
yeah.
first, and he said they're real initiative, and I was worried.
Well,
But so there's the
It's just-
halflings, and then there's
Conversation initiative.
the halflings.
Conversation.
Oh my gosh.
That's the start of the canyon that you can start to see there, and it works its way
Oh.
upwards.
oh, that's
Place
creepy.
scary.
Very scary.
It's scary.
Time to roll some initiative.
Sorry, I kind of popped away there to find that for a minute. Apologies, all.
Oh, I rolled a
Okay.
14.
Oh,
so much
jeez, they're so
better.
scary.
Go
Well,
ahead
for
and
Jack,
enter in your initiatives as required, please.
They don't want to do
13
that.
for Bryn.
I'm not really giving you much of a choice. I mean, you can just not fight, I guess. That there is always a choice.
I
Oh,
can't.
these guys are cool looking.
So you want me to ping them out a little bit? You got this guy.
Ooh.
There's a handful of
Oh.
them.
He's not friendly.
Mm-mm.
And then there's one
No.
of these guys too.
Nice.
I don't think so.
The NPCs in the corner, their tokens look really cool.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Right?
So unique.
The whole set of them down there too.
Oh, who are those fellows?
Hello,
Those fine
fellows.
fellows.
So I did mention, just so you know, to kind of fill this out, there were about a half dozen of them. Some of the shambling skeletons I'm not going to put on the map because they're heading the other direction towards the halflings and gnomes instead. Just so you're aware of where the rest of them went, so you weren't like, "Wait, you said a dozen of them, but there's
Is
only
that
a
how we sound,
few."
Justin?
That's how I
That's-
hear you
that's
guys
our
when you
voices
whine
to you?
about ridiculous things. Yes. But this is the kind of shambling hordes that arise and start to pick up weapons and threaten in your general direction. This music is very calm, so we're going to buzz
roll
this in. And Winry, quickest to react, it is you up first.
Wait.
So hesitant.
Boop, boop,
We're
boop,
just gonna
boop.
go right up to this guy up here and punch him in the sternum.
Go for it. He is, even though he's a skeleton, he is still wearing armor,
Oh,
of course. Because he
course.
died in the middle of a
so
fight with
old.
armor
of
on.
course he did.
It's just gonna fall off when she punches it because it's so old and
Very
decayed,
brittle.
right?
Very brittle.
Yeah.
23.
23 does hit.
Oh, I get to roll a D8.
That's how the stat block is written. AC of 19 until I take one hit, then AC of
Ooh.
That would
It has
actually
an
be
HP
really
as
funny,
well.
to be honest.
AC
If their
and an
AC
HP.
is super high, like 26,
HP on
but
the
then
AC.
as soon as they get hit, it drops to like 12.
that would be fun. 13, damn.
13 points of damage.
Woo!
That's like a crit for you.
Hey,
Rip.
Yeah.
I will
Tell me
attack
I'm
him
wrong.
again.
Go for it.
14 plus 11, 25.
25 also hits.
Whoa. 7 plus 7 is 14.
14 damage. This skeleton taking 2 punches to the face. It's wobbling greatly, but it
Ooh.
is still upright.
I'm going to hit him again.
Do it.
Natural 20. Ooh.
I mean, he's going down. He's dead.
Oh.
Hey.
Can I roll it anyway?
Like, well,
Roll it
dead.
anyway.
Dead.
Find your other one. 7 plus 2 plus 7. 16. That's better than before, right?
Yeah.
Right? For a crit, maybe? Probably
He
not,
is
actually.
dead.
Re-dead. Double
Maybe
dead.
for the third time. risen up, punched repeatedly. The skeleton kind of crumbles back to the ground again once more.
Hey, how much did I move? 30. I'm gonna move back here so they might have a better chance of not just hitting me and maybe hitting my friends. Oh, but everyone else is before them. So
Okay.
that's it.
Myetharia, you're up second.
Yeah. I'm gonna move defensively in front of. I can move defensively in front of the group. I'm gonna take out my bow and I'm gonna shoot towards this guy over here. I know I can't reach him if I walk toward him. So.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, I hate this. Okay.
I actually
first
completely
attack.
missed which guy you're attacking, to be completely honest.
The lower one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. That is a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit. It is able to raise up its shield and defend itself.
All right, let me try again. Come on, dice. Hey, that's better. 26 to hit.
26 does hit.
Excellent. Let me roll damage. 10 piercing damage with my bow.
The piercing from the arrow kind of slides right through the rib cage. It does seem like it hurt it to some extent, kind of rattled around a little bit, but it does not do as well as you might have thought.
Okay. Third attack, because I have 3 attacks per action now. Ooh. That is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit either. You're able to raise the shield. Hide behind it for 2 of them, but 1 arrow does find its mark.
She's gonna curses a little bit under her breath, and then that's let me double check sections. Yep, that's all.
Okay. Rev, you're third.
All right. I'm gonna make my way this way. Attack with my crossbow while I do it.
Okay.
That is a 26 plus 1, so it would have been 27 to hit. Because
yep. I got it. Yep, that does hit.
and we're not doing the crit thing anymore, are we?
Not the plus 10 anymore. No, I think that that experiment is done.
Don't need people dying on our team anymore.
Let's see here. Not 20, right? Because it's
There's no sneak attack that I
no sneak attack. Yeah.
think that you've got. So 3 points of piercing damage or 6. Sorry,
6
6 points of
yeah.
piercing.
No.
Similar.
Wait, I only rolled a 1 in damage there. True.
Yep, looks like it. 1 plus 5.
Wow. All right, cool. I only rolled a 1 in damage, so I'm gonna keep moving this way. And actually, does this look like a caster? Like, does it have components and stuff?
Nah, I mean, none of them are really holding anything, to be fair, beyond they have shields and weapons. That is really all. Everything else is kind of burned away.
Okay, then I'm gonna go, let's see, I was right here. So I'm gonna go here and use bonus action hide. So I'm gonna be stealthed up.
Okay. Those are cages. I don't know if you caught that in the description that I
Yeah, they're like bars, but I'm sure I can find a way to.
Are they
Okay.
big enough for and broken enough for people to go through them, or still intact, or?
They are broken enough that if you wanted to, you could try to get through, but you would.
I mean, there's probably also detritus and stuff like pressed up against it, and because it's a nice spot for trash to get caught up in a storm, you know?
Yeah, potentially.
So I'm
Rev,
gonna
as
hide
you kind of get close to them, you could fit through them. Being small, you could fit through them. Medium-sized creatures would have to squish to fit through, but they, in theory, could do so. But you can feel this heat coming off from them, as though they are still hot to the touch. But they do provide some relative cover, so you are able to hide reasonably. If you want to make a stealth check, you can go for it.
Okay. Disgusting. Terrible. 14.
Okay.
Ended.
Is that it for your turn then?
Yep, that's it.
All right, Bryn, you're up next.
Oh yeah. Where I'm gonna be annoying. Where on laid map are the ones going over here? Like, how far have they made it?
Yeah, they're kind of in this general vicinity, roughly.
Okay.
You want me to throw some dudes down there for you? I got you.
Gonna put it all right outside of there, Justin.
I'm just throwing random dudes out there.
They just all happen to be 35 feet away. That's all.
Very conveniently.
I literally didn't know what you're doing or where you're going to be able to do something nefarious. I effectively mimicked the formation from up here and just put it down here.
All right, I'm going to. I can get another one. I can get all of the guys at the top and this guy for turn undead.
Okay.
It's wisdom. Spell save. Where are you?
Spells.
Save DC 17, wisdom 17, and my CR for turn undead is now dose.
Okay. They are all above a 2 CR, so
No
don't
man.
have that. But oh, that one is actually a 17. Wow, one of the soldiers succeeded. The rest of them all fail. So this guy up here does succeed.
Okay.
The rest of them all have failed their check here. And are subsequently turned. I don't know what to use for that. I never know how to use these symbols. None of them seem to be at all useful.
So it spends its turn trying to move as far away from me as it can. And it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. And it can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Wow.
If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Sounds good. They are turned and ready to run.
Turn.
Turned. Anything else, Bryn?
Guess I should always check if I have bonus actions, huh, guys? I don't think I do. Just my spiritual weapon. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Jack, you next.
So one of them is not reacting to Bryn, right?
What's the light situation right now? Sorry.
Bright light everywhere.
Oh,
It's a
because
fire.
it's burning.
Very bright.
One of them does not appear to have been affected. Yes, the other ones are all kind of turning as though to start running immediately as you start your turn.
Seeing all the action starting to happen, I see that one that's still kind of making its way like towards us or like hasn't turned away yet. And I'm going to turn Parallax so that he's like the flat end is facing toward that guy. And I'm going to swing it down like blowing a fan. And I'm going to shoot a couple Eldritch Blasts at that guy.
What damage type is that's force, right?
Force damage.
Bryn, I should say, you do take 1 point of fire damage for being in contact with the cage as you are. Just 1 point. It kind of burns you a little bit.
First roll is a natural 20.
What?
Well, there you go.
Nice.
There we go. Oh, and I rolled pretty good. So that's 12. That's 18 force damage for the first one.
Very nice.
The next one is a natural 2. Man.
Swings and roundabouts.
That's what?
And the third, well, it's a 10. I assume 10
12.
doesn't hit.
Oh, a 10 total.
Does not hit.
I didn't see where it was.
And then my third, because I get 3 Eldritch Blasts now. Oh, and he gets moved 10 feet. He gets blasted 10 feet back.
Pushed.
Another natural 20.
Nice.
Man. And I maxed out damage, 24 force damage, and if he's still standing, another 10 feet back. So just
blam.
It just like scatters.
Yeah.
Like dust in the wind, but it's bones in the wind.
Bones in the wind.
All just bones in the wind.
Very nice.
Yep.
Kind of quickly walk up and scatter 2 of them.
And then I'm gonna, because Eldritch Blast seems to work pretty good. I'm gonna scooch back, get a little more distance. And then while I'm backing up, does it seem like the orb is still having some kind of an active effect?
It is keeping the storm for a mile around. Yes.
Okay.
It does not have an effect on the central pillar though at all.
Okay.
That kind of pillar of firestorm.
Justin, I don't know if it matters, but I looked at my spell DC, and then in a different spot, it says that it's 16 DC for turn undead. Why would it be different?
It's your spell save. It wouldn't be different.
I'll send it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Sorry, I'm just looking. I was just curious if it was for me too, is really all I was looking for.
Do you have a bonus
That's
from
a
something?
DC 16. Curious if your amulet of the devout. Yep, your amulet. It affects your saving throw DCs of your spells, but turn undead is not a spell. So it is actually 16.
I don't know if that affects any if you remembered.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Nope. I had 115, but it was a 16 minus 1.
Okay, good to know, good to know.
Okay. That is your turns. On their turns, they gotta run.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was here. I'm gonna instead move. Seeing Bryn kind of trying to move over and help these guys out, I'll move over there too. That's it.
Down.
Okay.
Down. Down.
Those guys all run this direction. In the meantime, this group kind of closes in as much as they can, and I'm not going to take the time to look at who's who here because I'm not going to worry that much about it. But effectively, groups of the halflings and gnomes begin to form up, do some fighting, things like this, to defend their little caravan that they have here, their wagons that are over here. So there's a little bit of fighting happening over in this direction. Everybody else on the skeleton team here runs for an entire turn, and that's what they get to do.
Not a very fun turn for Justin.
I got plenty of fun turns in the future. Don't worry. You can have a not fun turn.
It's turn for 1 minute, not its turn.
I was gonna say it's for 1 minute, right? Or if it takes damage,
it takes
yeah.
damage, so this guy might not be turned anymore.
Well, there's not that much further for them to be able to go. So eventually someone's either gonna have to deal with them or they're just gonna come back in a minute. So
Okay.
Winry, it is you up next, so I'll let you decide what you want to do.
They're so far away.
They are a lot further away suddenly.
Honey.
I think you're the Flash and can get pretty much anywhere.
50. And then I will feline agility, double move,
Yep.
and punch.
Continue punching.
2 is
Probably not gonna hit.
13 to hit.
Not gonna hit him, unfortunately.
And again, 11, 23 to hit,
That will hit him.
21 to hit.
It still hits him.
Ooh. 8 plus 7. Oh shoot! Why did you get out of that? Yep. 8 plus 7.
15. Got it.
Yep.
Solid damage. He's looking real rough as well.
I will attack him again.
Go for it.
28 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oh, not good damage.
It's not gonna
9
matter.
damage.
He had 7 hit points left. I knew your modifier was plus 7, so a third skeleton drops to the ground.
Yay.
You got the rest of your.
Yep.
Keep chasing the ones that are running away.
I mean, I couldn't get to the other ones. I don't even know where I started from. I was over here.
You've
I
used
think you're
like
at
5
six-
extra feet of
Or-
movement so far. From
And then I have like 45 extra movement.
you got a lot of movement. Where do you want to be? Point to a square on the map. You can probably get there. Oh, you're going that direction, huh?
I feel like everyone else is gonna go this way. There.
Okay. Myetharia, it'll be you next.
Yeah. I'm gonna start moving down. Let me just see how far I can get. Goodness. I am so slow. I am going to move here, but I am going to continue shooting at these guys up here. Is this one damaged at all?
Nope, the other two are not damaged at all. Winry finished off the one that you guys had shot.
If they take damage, they're not turnt anymore.
Alright. I will just start hitting this guy then down here.
Detail. I will say then, if you're gonna all ignore the turned ones for the time being, collectively, you guys can crush the ones that are attacking the halflings and gnomes, and we can deal with these last two a second before the end of tonight.
Yay.
Because they're not fighting you guys, so there's no danger for you guys to be being hit here. And so after a minute of literally just finishing off 4 skeletons down there, these other two come rambling around the corner. And let's just make sure you guys can kill him in one round. How about that? That seem fair?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's just do some attacking. Winry, which one are you going to attack?
This fellow, because he looks different.
Okay, go for it. Make some attacks against him.
You're attacking him because he looks different, Cassie? That's not
Does
a good
seem very rude.
You're rude. 18?
18 does not hit, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
19 plus 11, 20.
That will hit. 30.
You're 30. Damn.
So while she's doing math, apparently Rob's sister listens
12.
and curses in front of his mom, and his mom yelled at her. And she goes, "Well, Rob and Steph do it," because she listens.
my
to hers.
Oops.
So,
He
yeah.
doesn't listen to the remastered ones?
Wow.
They're not up to date here, Cassie. You said 11 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done a new remastered one in a long time.
25.
Does hit.
7 plus 6.
13.
That's it.
Okay. Couple of good solid punches. Myetharia.
Okay. you good if I use my sword, or
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
we say it's lit or no?
Sure. Go for it.
It's lit.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought she said it's lit.
I did say it's lit.
Okay.
I still.
Your sword. Not. It's really cool.
We're really cool, guys. We are hit.
First one
We
is a
have not
13.
A 13 to hit.
The second one is.
Which one are you attacking? First of all, can I?
The not the big guy. Sorry, this
Okay.
one here.
Go for it.
boy.
Second one is an 18 to hit.
18 does hit him.
Okay, good. Worried there for a moment.
Ooh, oh, for reason.
I have to roll. I forget. I have to roll a d6 with this as well. Well, 2d6. It's 14.
14 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 2d6, which I don't know if it impacts it at all, is 9 fire.
Okay. So an interesting thing happens.
Oh no.
You slash into the skeleton. The sword sliding through a little bit, not doing as well as you'd have liked it to, because it's mostly just bones, and the sword kind of slides between them as opposed to making solid contact. And then the flames erupt, and the flames almost seem to rejuvenate it. And so,
Damn it,
in the
Myetharia.
end, instead of
Rejuvenate the
having
skeleton?
Justin's
these
all like,
ones-
"Oh, let's kill these things
Oh,
in
yeah.
one round." But
He's
Becca's
like, oh yeah,
gonna
sure,
go
you can
down
have
now.
your
Look at him.
swords lit for
Isn't
free.
he cute?
Sure.
Isn't it cute? He does have flame eyes.
he does have flame eyes. But yeah, the sword
You're
kind of slides through,
healing on the enemy.
deals partial damage with the slashing, and then the flames kind of heal up the skeleton's wounds that it just was given. And so in the end, your slash does nothing.
He's a flame skeleton.
Let me read my thing around here. Last
Oh.
thing is we should speak the.
Don't
Okay,
you know about flame skeletons?
Everybody knows.
They're healed by fire.
I'm going to use my bonus action to she curses under her breath, and then she says another elvish word, and the fire on her swords go out. Oh my gosh. I'm going to use my third attack, just the swords, not lit.
Yep.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, I signed in. I'm sure you saw that coming.
I did. You asked for it though, so I mean,
Yeah, I did. I asked if they could be lit. Yeah. 27 to hit.
definitely hits.
Great.
Do your half damage because
Oh
it's slash.
boy. 9 slashing. They're magical swords though, so
They are. It's true.
okay.
They just don't make as good a contact as you might have liked.
I can't use my fourth attack because I used my bonus action. So that's me.
Okay. Rev, you're up next. You can be anywhere you want on the board, I'm going to be honest. If you want to be in melee, go for it.
Oh, okay. Right here?
You can be wherever you want on the board.
Oh,
Go for it.
Great.
All right.
They're
Then,
healed by sneak attack.
Yeah, come on and hit that. Hit that.
Go for it. Make the attack.
Only 18?
This is gonna take 10 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
18. 18 does not hit this guy, actually. Between his plate and his shield that he's
Oh.
wearing.
All right, then I'm going to use my superiority dice
For a precision attack.
for precision
Precision strike.
attack. Yep. Add 5 to that.
23
So that's
does hit.
23. Good.
Point.
And this is going to get that 27 damage on this guy.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh.
A solid strike through. Oh. It's piercing. Need to add back on some hit points.
Oh,
Dagger
man.
slides in, scraping, but it does do damage, but not as much.
Winry's like, "Can't you punch something?"
Oh, Jim!
All right,
It
bludgeoning.
might actually cause more damage if we just punched them.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't.
Untrained
There's no way Rev is
punches.
doing 14 points of damage on a punch.
And then fast, yeah. And then I'm going to scoot away and hide.
Okay. Sounds good.
Myetharia's gonna yell over her shoulder to the spellcasters, "Don't use fire damage!"
Bryn.
No, dog, they're fire skeletons.
Everyone knows that.
No duh.
Like the first day of class.
Don't use the element that the creature has on it.
Yeah.
Pokemon 101.
Well, it wasn't fiery to begin with.
Use water type attacks.
Bryn.
That's how I think about
water.
everything.
I don't have water swords.
Bryn, it's you.
I'm gonna do Sacred
Cheetahs
I'm
over
gonna
there.
take a step off of that.
You don't want to be.
And Sacred Flame at the big boy, deck 17.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Flame, sacred flame.
It does
No.
radiant, to be fair. It doesn't actually do
Radiant.
flame. Yeah.
Yeah, the one time that's actually good.
He fails.
Yeah.
I think 15, right? Dex?
Yep. Ooh, nice. All kind of. 12 damage.
Nice. 12 points of damage. So surprisingly,
Radiant does double.
Radiant does not do double to these skeletons.
Good to know.
It heals
Good.
them.
It does not heal them. No, it does do solid damage. He is starting to look pretty rough off, though. Another attack of similar stature would probably finish him off.
That's all I got.
Okay. Jack.
Since I can be anywhere on the map, I want to be on top of the skull. I use a couple turns to climb up there, and I'm just shooting down from on top of the skull.
I'll make sure to
I'll
knock
try
you
to
off
save
of there.
Can we say you failed your first athletics check to get up?
Oh yeah, I spent a few turns pulling it off, and I spent like 3 turns, got halfway up, and then I failed, slipped back down. But I was like, no.
It started raining, and so you start sliding down annoyingly because rain is a thing in a game that is
Raining
all about
in the
exploring.
firestorm?
Yeah, I know. That was a Zelda reference. Sorry.
I got it, but I still got it slower than everybody else.
Eldritch Blast, 15, probably misses. I'm shooting at
Jim
the
does
guy
not hit.
that Winry is fighting.
Yep. 15 does not hit.
Well, I threw
Oh my
that one
gosh.
right off the table.
Threw it across the room.
Another 15
Wow.
and 17.
Doesn't
All
hit.
3 miss.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh
3
my
misses,
God.
unfortunately.
Still finding his
Um,
balance.
Jack, if you'd like to, you can make an Arcana check for me as I take their turn.
Oh no. It's the bear.
Yeah, the bear just swallows him whole.
I gotta check. The bear's alive.
Like, you deserve this. Hey. That would be a 29 Arcana.
So even though you're casting force spells here, you can feel almost this weave in the air, and your wand? Are you using a wand? Either way, a whistle, whichever. It feels like it wants to cast fire out of it for some reason. It's almost like the air around you is attuned to fire.
Oh, like the Fire Forest?
Like that.
Similarly, and it's spells of fire or necrotic actually are empowered in this region, as
Oh,
something
Thanks for
is
that necrotic.
causing it to happen. You're welcome for that.
Interesting.
On their
God.
turns, they will just open up weapons, long swords and battle axes alike, and attack whoever's in front of them. So we'll do Winry first. Nope. Sure, nah, 14 is the higher of them.
Nah.
And then 2
Nah.
against Myetharia. 1 terrible. 1 is 23 to hit. 23?
I think that hits. Yeah, even with my section, I don't think I can reduce it enough.
Well, good news
Yeah,
for
no, it's
you.
only,
The
it's
swords
only 4.
are blazing a bit.
Oh, like
with
mine.
this
Cool.
dark
Yeah.
red blazing fire. And so you take a total of 10 points of slashing damage. 4 points of fire damage and 2 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my.
As a kind of
Neat.
all about an array of damage types as it hits you.
Man. Okay.
Winry,
Fun.
keep it going. Let's wrap this up. Keep going. Your
Punch.
turn.
Punch.
Go for it.
Yeah, just finish him.
I haven't actually mentioned it, but Winry, just so you know, they are actually vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so they've been taking
Oh.
double damage from your punches too.
24.
Does hit. The skeletons. That's how they work.
Yep.
12.
Radiant.
dead.
They're undead. Pokemon
Bam.
logic.
They're not
Okay.
normal undead. They're fire necrotic undead. They're buffed and strengthened.
Necrotic.
Go over to him.
Go for it.
Oh, where are you going, dice? 23 to hit.
Does hit. She might actually mop up the whole rest of this combat here a second.
Yeah, she took care of all of them, let's be honest.
Here one. With my 2 natural 20s.
13 damage.
He's still around.
23 to hit.
Does hit. He's not around anymore. I'm going to say he is not around.
Probably,
11
patting
damage.
herself out.
Bam, smash, crunch. The bones just go flying around. And
Kill.
with them scattered to the winds, the ones down by the halflings and gnomes dead as well, I think we will wait until next time to find out what the heck these other people are doing where nobody was supposed to be able to get. But until then, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.